Grand Rising Cosmos family, it's your boy Jynesis bringing you a brand new video on my channel. I know it's been a minute since I uploaded, probably like a month, the zombies video. I got like a lot of videos that I've recorded that I haven't edited yet, so I'm not being lazy, I just haven't got to the video editing part yet. Like, I'm just recording content. But the reason why I'm dropping this particular video is because I kind of just got some stuff on my heart, and I normally would just pick up my phone, and just record straight from the phone, just do face-to-face, but I've never tried this format of really venting and just, giving words of advice, just helping people who's going through similar energies that I'm going through. And if you don't know much about me, I am a gamer, but I am spiritually inclined to a lot of other things that deals with life and healing. And what I mean by that is just simply the process of healing and getting over just traumas that block you from being great. I go through a lot of that and I overcome a lot, and there's a lot that I can say, I just don't say it in videos when it comes to gaming, because I like to keep the videos separate when it comes to gaming and then just those type of videos. But at this point it really doesn't matter, because a lot of things are just intertwining now. So why not just go ahead and just drop a video on, just some shit that probably people need some advice on. To be honest, it's nothing particular. It's like, this is something that's literally on my heart, and it's something that I feel like can help a lot of people who are going through the same thing, or who need some advice on to help someone else who's going through the same thing. So before we get started, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell, and comment on what games you want to see me play. I'm open to suggestions. What prompt me to want to make this video is just literally just a lot of shit that's been going on for the past month since the last video that I made, and I've been trying to focus on streaming for the most part. That's why I've been uploading, but in the midst of that, it's a lot of stuff outside of just content creating that influenced my energy, and it didn't really allow me to focus on content creating. And I feel like a lot of people go through personal issues that does not allow them to focus on what they truly want to do in life. For some reason, this Chat Link Pro I got for the Elgato capture card, for you guys to hear like the audio and shit, it's kind of fucking up with these headphones. It's really staticky, so if the gameplay just seems staticky, like you just hear static, that's just literally the wire just acting. If you're going through some personal issues, dealing with just a relationship with anybody, whether it's a family member, girlfriend, a friend, boyfriend, cousin, whatever the fuck, just a simple one-on-one relationship with someone, and you're having troubles overcoming blockages, the one thing I can tell you is sometimes certain things aren't meant to some things are meant to be what they are, and some things you just gotta leave it alone and just let it feather out. And me personally, I've been going through a lot of that stuff, with family members just over time. And the person I like to at least keep things balanced and cordial amongst people, so that we can always, depend on each other, especially for when someone's in need of help. It's always good to keep that bridge and that line of communication open, just so you can just have someone to depend on, and vice versa. Sometimes that's not easy, Sometimes it's hard for a person to really want to connect with an individual that may have their own personal issues blocking that relationship, friendship, wherever the fuck you want to call it, from moving forward and actually progressing. But sometimes, man, you gotta just learn to just live with discernment. You just gotta just acknowledge certain things, like I said, aren't meant to change, and some things are just meant to be what they are, And I don't really dig in deep into the religious thing, because it's like, me personally, I'm not highly religious. Yes, I believe in a higher, not saying I don't believe in like God or anything, or I'm like a fucking devil worshiper or anything. It's just literally, I don't do the religion thing. That's it. I just don't I have my own way of viewing the world, and once you get to know me, you realize, he's literally just, he's aware of everything. It's not literally, I'm aware of everything. I can tell you majority of all belief systems and what they're connected to, and just the fallacies and why a lot of people have conflict, because there's no truth in it that's direct enough for people to understand. So when a person goes through something like a heartbreak, or losing a family member, or just like going through a tough time in life, and no one's there to help them, most of the time religion is that backbone for a lot of people. And nothing's wrong with depending on God, or whoever you want to call that, the higher source. At the end of the day, it's all the same energy. It's all the same energy. There's no separating. It's hard for people who go through life having ups and downs and these trials and tribulations, and not having someone to depend on is just like they don't really believe or trust their belief system, because there's a lot of fallacies. Like I say, it's not easy, you know, when you're trying to live life and, you know, be a righteous person, because all in all this shit is about being righteous and just finding your way through the light from the dark. But it's just like, bro, shit gets dark so much that you realize the light is in the darkness. Like, you realize when you go through some pain, bro, you sometimes you gotta go through that shit to become the best version of yourself, so that you can actually see the light. Yeah, and that's just simple, just understanding just duality, and just like going through the motion, not letting your emotions fucking overtake the whole entire situation. Because when it comes to certain situations, when you're dealing with individuals who don't do shadow work, trauma healing and whatnot, there's moments where you feel like you just can't control yourself, and it's just like you don't know what to do, and that system crumbles when you go to it and you're still doing the same thing. So if you're watching this video and you feel like the system and program that you're used to is crumbling and you have nothing else to like help you, just know that it's not over, bro. It's not. Like, it may feel like it's over. You may feel like, oh, shit's crumbling. You might have lost your job. You might have lost your car. You might have lost your dog, your mom, dad, fucking sister, brother, family member, whatever the fuck you want. There's always a loss in life, but that loss is to teach you a lesson and also make room for something greater. And if you do not learn that lesson, you're just gonna walk around fucking angry all the time. And I don't think people want to really be angry. The shit is exhausting, being angry and mad at the world and not really enjoying life. You know, people fake it when you see someone go through a fucking tragic fucking situation, but sometimes people learn in life that this shit happens, bro. This shit happens. You just cannot let that shit weigh you down. You can't let that darkness overcome what's true within, and that's the light. You feel me? The dark times that you go through cannot take away the true purity of light that you have within you to see the truth, see the positive in the situation. Because coming from a person like myself who literally deals with fuck shit all the time, I still be smiling, bro. I lost a brother and I never once felt like the world is just not it. I never felt depressed about it. I never felt like end all be all, because I understood, like, yeah, this is gonna happen, bro. You're gonna lose people, you're gonna lose things, change is gonna happen. First of all, the whole problem with humanity is we don't like change. So any type of change is gonna be in conflict. Any type of change, no matter what it is, death, losing a job, moving to a whole new state, fucking changing schools, graduating, going to school. This is a whole bunch of shit that the human psyche cannot fathom with change, because they're so fixated on what they're used to that it's just like, bro, hearing what I'm telling you is like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? It goes against what you're used to. So you might click on this video, you might not even resonate because you're so fixated on what you're used to, but understand you have to make that change within yourself to see the change outside of yourself. And it's just as simple as just sitting with yourself. The hard part is sitting with yourself, because there's so much that you probably dealt with in life that did not give you a chance to sit with your trauma, sit with the memories that made you who you are, bro. And it's really saddening. It's really hard to see a lot of people around me go through this shit, and it's just like I go through it, and I learned that you got to be strong for yourself before you're strong for someone else. Because how can you take care of another being, another person, if you can't take care of yourself? How can you sit there and provide any type of fucking security, whether it's financial or emotional or spiritual, when you yourself have not done the work, bro? And that's just literally why I'm sitting here, because I see across social media, I see in person, just at work, day-to-day life, just randomly living, waking up, and just family members, just experiences with different family members. And I see that a lot of people would rather bottle and hold up their pain instead of just letting that shit go. People don't want to cry. People don't want to vent. People, like, especially with the masculine, like the male masculine side of life, it's like that shit gets held in, and it's just like it does not get expressed. And then with the feminine side, it's like it gets expressed so much that there's no structure to it and understanding of what the fuck you're expressing. So both sides of the spectrum is unbalanced, because there's no unity. There's no internal unity and there's no external unity amongst each other, between the male and the female, amongst the males and amongst the females themselves. So this goes to show like how much trauma is placed upon the people, and it goes to show in the gaming community too, how many people be depressed, how many people feel like their lives is nothing if they don't have their favorite YouTuber, content creator upload, or if they can't play their favorite fucking game, if they feel like if all this is taken away, they have nothing. And that's because they have lack of shadow, lack of healing. You game all day to run away from those problems. When this shit all goes, what's next? You know, you have to think about that. And people don't think as far as that because they just fixate on the reality theory that they're used to and try to uphold that. And that goes to what I said in the beginning about religion, how people have religion is a backbone. People defend religion, their religion, because it's their backbone. Literally, it's their backbone. It's your spiritual backbone to understanding why you're here, where you're at, and who you are. But if you're misled in the beginning, you don't really truly know what's the truth, so you're defending something that's false. I'm only saying that because of just what's come out to the public today from the last 10 years. Anything that I say now is like, bro, you have to do your research. YouTube could take down this video if they wanted to just because of what I'm saying against fucking belief system, but I'm not attacking anyone. I'm simply saying people are misled, taking down a route without the guidance of healing. So when they get older, it's just chaos, bro. You're just dealing with a bunch of depression, anger, fucking panic attacks, schizophrenic, psychosis, all this traumatic fucking result from the past of traumatic experience. So it gets more traumatizing in the future because it's like you didn't deal with that trauma before. So now you're trying to deal with that trauma now. And just like, bro, at a certain point, the psyche breaks because there's so much put onto it. And this is where you get people who get into like the whole what you call conspiracy theory rabbit holes and shit. They break because the trauma that they did not heal from, on top of the trauma that comes with finding out the truth about your reality, is traumatizing. Because let's say you want to be a fucking astronaut and you realize going to space is not real. That's fucking traumatizing, bro, because it's like now you thinking like, what the fuck did they show me as a kid? What did they teach me as a kid about space? You feel me? Everything I know about space is fake. And that's just an example amongst other many examples that I can give you. But the whole the whole reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is blockages prevent you from success. No matter what level of success, it could be you just simply waking up to just smiling. If you never got to the point, or if you always wake up angry and you never really know the feeling of being abundant, and you work to that point of abundance, that is important. You know, it's deeper than just being famous or having a good job or being successful and having people look at you a certain way. Fuck all that shit, because at the end of the day, that shit gonna mean nothing if you legitimately feel empty on the inside. And that's how majority of content creators, streamers, fucking celebrities and politicians feel, because it's literally you're taking your ego and you're running with your ego and ignoring the inner child, the shadow side, the true side of yourself, to the point where it acts out, and now you get Kanye West. You get Kanye West, bro. That's just an example of lack of trauma healing, aka shadow work. Who knows what happens before he even got famous that he had to endure, and then he gets famous, and the shit that comes with being famous is more traumatizing than the shit he been through. Now it's double the trauma, and it's just like he loses his mom, and it's just like so much more shit that's on top of that people don't know about, that goes on in the industry, that's more traumatizing to the psyche, where it's just like it breaks. So Kanye is not crazy, it's just he never got to sit down and fucking simply shadow work with himself. So now he's crazy when his limitation has been breached, his ego has been broken to the point where it's just like, what's the point of even care about opinions? Because at the end of the day, his opinion was never nurtured when he tried to express it, and he got looked at as this crazy fucking narcissistic person when all that comes from trauma, bro. All that comes from lack of healing. He's only narcissistic because he lack of healing. It's only the way he bipolar because of lack of healing. Like all these mental health issues and depression, anxiety, all it comes from trauma induced from childhood. In past lives, we're gonna keep it in this lifetime. All right. So if you're having problems with just blockages of emotion, connecting with your mom, dad, sister, brother, family, any family members, a friend, a girlfriend, just expressing yourself in a relationship, expressing yourself entirely, just know it's as easy as just sitting with your demons, bro. But it's hard to sit with your demons when your demons literally don't want to sit with you. Sometimes they want to run amongst the world, they just want to fuck it up and be chaotic. And what I mean by that is going out partying, drinking, you know, smoking weed, watching Netflix, and really just distracting yourself from everything going on internal. And that includes going to fucking church every Sunday just to do the same shit every week. If you're not going to church to do healing, why are you going to church? Because there should be a certain point where you don't go to church anymore. Church did what it did for you. You do on your own, and then once you go through that emotion, then you reset. People stay in church like it's their second home, and that's why I speak on religion the way I do, because religion is no longer the backbone. It's literally a fucking crutch to people because of so much trauma induced in all communities of life. It's just like, bro, I don't respect religion for that aspect, because it takes the essence of what it truly is, and it's a simple practice of understanding yourself. You're literally just understanding yourself through a practice. You're not worshiping, you're not giving your fucking life force energy to a whole entity that you haven't met. No, you're legitimately learning yourself, and they contorted it, made multiple versions to the point where if I speak on it right now, I can get fucking canceled, fucking blocked for censorship and all this dumb shit because of how people feel, when it's like, bro, their feelings are false. I'm sorry to tell you that. And I'm only being realistic here because it hurts to see people go through what I go through and they don't have the emotional intelligence to be like, well, at the end of the day, you were programmed. Everyone runs on a fucking program, including me. Me playing this game, making the video is a whole program in itself. It's the content creator program. The whole program of your parents not wanting to acknowledge you for who you are. You try to speak out, express yourself, and they shut you down. That's a program. It's a whole many experiences that you go through that are just simple programs that you have to fucking break down in your psyche and understand what they are and what they teach you, so that when you grow and develop and you have offspring, you can teach them based upon your experiences, and you're not projecting based upon your experiences. You're not sitting there taking away from them based upon your experiences. You're literally giving to them based upon your experiences. Side note, I know I'm doing so fucking trash right now. Like, usually I do better, but I'm just having a one-on-one deep conversation for anyone who just needs someone to just lean on, bro, because I never had no one to lean on for the longest. I went through a lot of shit by myself, cried a lot by myself, woke up sad and cried by myself. It's just like, bro, I went through a lot of shit by myself, and I got to this point and I learned, like, bro, you don't need nobody else. It's best to have another person, because unity always makes things stronger, but codependence makes you weaker than anything. So it's always best to be strong within so that you're stronger together. Two wholes make a better whole. I don't know how to make it, I don't know how to sound it off, but it's like, if you're whole and another person's whole, that just makes the whole team fucking stronger. A bridge is not gonna uphold if all the beams aren't in place. If there's a beam on a place at some given point, that section of the bridge is gonna give out. Let's just say that. Yeah, don't take this video as just like, oh, it's like a banter or a rant or whatever the fuck you want to call it, me just yapping. Like, bro, really take this video for what it is, because I say less and I put energy into it, but it's literally what I'm saying. It goes to show, it breaks down to a lot of more complicated shit that's hard to talk about because of how much people's emotions are attached to it, like religion, like fucking parents, and like just a lot of things that this matrix just put in front of you that makes you attach yourself to it. Like, if this whole gaming thing got taken away from me, I know what to fall back on. All of this, if I wasn't able to sit in front of this computer screen and talk to you guys, the few people that watch this video, I will be okay, because I did the work internally. This is not end all be all. Like, literally, people who do this shit for a living have to depend on this shit, and they don't have nothing spiritually to fall back on, because the reality that they know is false. Yeah, you can do this with a passion and you feel good and have a purpose. Like me doing this, helping people, is the purpose and the passion, but it's not gonna always be like this. And that's where what I want to just tell people, like, things are always going to change. The only thing constant in the universe is change. You have to be able to adapt to that change, so that you're never taking off your pivot, you're never getting out of character, and you're never on a lower end of the spectrum. You're gonna have low end, aka down days or depressing days or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're gonna feel sad. The whole point of feeling sad is just balance, bro. There's some things that your spirit and soul wants you to acknowledge and do shadow work on, because if you acknowledge it then and there, later on in life, it's less heavy, it's less dense, so that when you deal with day-to-day things, you can focus, and that emotional blockage is not there, so you're not at work fucking losing your shit over the littlest fucking things because you didn't do shadow work. Or you can open up space for financial abundance if that's what you're looking for, relationship abundance if that's what you're looking for, just structure, whatever the fuck you're looking for in this lifetime. The only way you can get to it is if you clear up the blockages. The main blockages are the traumas. There's different levels of trauma. I can't tell you what your trauma is, but I can tell you that you have trauma. You know how I know you have trauma? Because if you're here on this planet, you have been traumatized. Just living here is traumatizing. You have to wake up early as shit or at a fucking strict ass time to get to work at a strict ass time to be there for a strict ass time when the mind is meant to be free. So yes, that shit is very traumatizing on the mind, body, and soul, when the soul itself, which is the strongest aspect of this fucking realm, knows its capabilities, knows what its true potential is, and is getting held down by this prison planet that's full of light, technology, distractions, emotional situations that get you off your pivot, that makes you feel like you're less than what you truly are. It's just a bunch of distraction, and we call that light code lockdown, bro. It's light codes. If you don't know what a light code is, and you're playing games, check out Matrix, the movie. You play games. You're watching this, you play games. So there's no oh, what the fuck, no. Go watch the Matrix. You know those little fucking numbers that come down, the binary code, the ones and zeros, and it might be other fucking numbers too mixed in there, but that's light code lockdown, the ones and zeros of the universe. Literally, you get caught up in the light codes, and it's like, bro, you can't fight it sometimes because you get caught up in it because you exist in it. It's as deep as you having dreams, bro. That's how deep the light code goes in. It can block your dreams. This world, this realm that you live in, bro, versus the dreams that you have. Just think to yourself, why the fuck can you do so much more in your dreams than you can here? The only thing that keeps you from expressing your dreams or following your dreams literally is the fact that they tell you, oh, they're just a dream. They're just a projection of your reality here, making you feel like this reality is more real than what the fuck is going on internally. Once again, keeping you from focusing on the inside, from learning who you truly are, doing that healing, so that you can allow more shit from the external to come in, because the power is within you. The shit they talk about religion is about you. They just contorted it, use etymology, linguistics to sway you from one narrative, the truth, to another narrative, the fucking lies and deception, the technology. So it's hard for you to do the trauma healing. So it's hard for you to connect with your moms, your dads. A lot of motherfuckers out here with dad problems can't connect with their dads, so now they either one of three things. They either are emotionally distant and they don't know how to express themselves the correct way. Two, they're probably just they lack the fatherly structure, so they end up turning to the other side. Three, they end up in a fucking sadistic, crazy ass situation where they end up in fucking jail or dead because they lack that fatherly structure. Same thing with a mother. If you don't have those emotions nurtured, if you don't have that space to vent your soul, you're gonna be fucking angry as shit to the world. Your emotions are gonna be erratic. You're not gonna have no control over your emotions, and emotions are the most fucking vital part of this matrix because they make things feel real. They make this reality real. Your emotions make this reality real. Emotions will make you feel some type of way about what I'm saying because of your reality that you fucking experience. If you learn to take those emotions out and just look at your reality, you realize half the shit that's went on in your control only went on and happened because you felt some type of way and did not acknowledge that feeling properly and acted on that feeling impulsively, or vice versa, someone did that shit to you. Either way it goes, it's the lack of emotional intelligence that causes a lot of communities to fall, whether you fucking black, African American, whatever the fuck you want to call it, white, Caucasian, Asian, Dravidian, fucking Pleiadian, fucking Arcturian, whatever the fuck you are, bro. The energy of the lack of understanding yourself, it just literally leads to that. If you can't sit there and see like, oh shit, all this is self-inflicted, let me just take back and actually release the traumas, then you won't be sitting here fucking bottling up your emotions, blaming your fucking mom and dad because they weren't there doing the structure and nurturing. No, just learn this shit by going within, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's all on you. It's just better when someone's there supporting you because you understand they're you as well. You're supporting yourself. We're all connected. There's no separation. The only thing that separates us is the ego. And the ego was created just so that we can have a downfall. And it's told to you in every religious fucking aspect. It's told to you in every Gnostic teaching. Any you can find out about conspiracy theories with aliens, they'll tell you. Politicians show you that shit every day, day-to-day basis on how they act towards the community. So it's just like you gotta really sit there and understand where you're at and not get your emotions wrapped up into it, because those emotions make everything real. Yeah, man, just learn not to just get caught up in those situations. Like, yeah, I said everything I said just to say this. End of the day, bro, them emotions don't matter, bro. How you feel do not matter. It doesn't even matter to yourself, bro. Just acknowledge them for what they are, because they are their own presence within your body that are manipulated. So they're existing. They exist. They're real. As far as them being a vital operation to your existence here, but outside of this realm of reality, like I said, when you go to your fucking dreams, you're not dealing with all these emotions. You might have one emotion coming back. That's because that emotion is only resonating in this fucking realm of existence. In your dreams, you're probably experiencing fucking fluidity, abundance, whatever. But like I said, the light codes go as deep as your dreams, so you're feeling emotions in your dreams too. I know I didn't really get much as far as gaming, but the gaming was not the fucking focus. Dark. I only gamed because it's just a distraction for y'all. The moral of this video is, and what you can take from it, is just do research on who you are. Start with your religion. If you're in a fucking religious ass household and you just feel like you just still feeling the same shit, still coming to the same cycles of sadness, and you try to talk to your family members and they just tell you to go to Jesus and God and go to church, and you ain't been going to church enough and all this fucking dumbass shit that does nothing for the internal, do your research, bro. Because there's nothing I can literally say that can convince you, because I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just telling you from experience, telling you from my life, what I've done to get to this point, because I still go through up and downs, but I do not let that shit stop me. A lot of people let the shit stop me. They get to drinking, they get to doing heavy ass fucking drugs and shit, and that's where you see half the homeless. That's where half the homeless community comes from. So I'm only making this video for the people who really are going to pay attention. If you're going to sit here and troll under the comments and say dumb shit, I really don't give a fuck. Say what you want to say, bro. If you skip this video, if you only got to this point, clearly you care. If you didn't get to this point, whatever. For the ones who did, I say, feel me? I don't want to make this too fucking like spiritual or whatever, because at the end of the day, it's wholesome, you know? It's a realm of reality where you can express yourself on all levels, bro. All levels. That's why I say you can say what you want about this video in the comments. I'm not gonna care. My emotions is not tethered to this shit. I do this because I understand the purpose and passion and what I can do with this shit. So if I helped you, anything I said, like I said, do research. Don't sit there and take what I say and just go into the fucking random ass Twitch fucking clip of cussing that with whatever celebrity he done got on his. No, don't do that shit. Do not do that. Take what I say, go within, bro. Really do the fucking research and due diligence, because you're gonna smile at a certain point. You're gonna be like, damn, you're gonna cry. Actually, you're gonna drop a fucking tear. You might remember me, or you might remember another person who resonated even better than I did. I might have gotten you started, but at the end of the day, go within. Do not go to church and expect what I tell you to resonate, because it's not. It's gonna go against everything. Anything the pastor tell you, everything I'm telling you, is they're not gonna resonate, because they're not telling you anything. They're not telling you anything. They're just regurgitating, and they're just trying to make it sound nice, bro. I don't regurgitate. I take from my experience. That's why I don't drop a lot of videos on spiritual shit, because it becomes regurgitated, and it's like, yeah, all the shit is the same, but it's your experience that makes it the difference. So I'm telling my experience and giving you advice. So you can take it with it and run with it, or you can take it and just be like, nah, or you can take it, go within, and just be like, nah, okay, I see what he was saying. Let me do a little bit more research. That's all it takes. I'll be back with some more videos. Like I said, hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely will be dropping an Assassin's Creed video. I did some streaming on Assassin's Creed a few days ago. Got some highlights from that. Gotta chop it up, cut it up, because I did a lot. It's a lot of shit that went on. That was funny. But hope this video helped you. I said nothing but love and high blessings to you. Nothing but love and high vibrations. Because this world is gonna have a lot of shit come to it, and it's only gonna get worse. So I'm only contributing to the elevation of the ones who are unaware, who's caught in this dumbass fucking reality. And it's like gaming's the one portal to their happiness, and you run into me. I'm a bridge, bro. It's either you walk this bridge to the other side and really see happiness, or you stay within this fucking fallacy of a reality that's gonna keep you in the same emotions every day, and you just no escape from it.